Hey y'all, guess what it is? It is Friday. Halloween is this weekend, y'all. It is all things Halloween tonight, y'all. We are discussing, can't you tell? I got on my tickle me Elmo. I told y'all I was gonna have on another one of my onesies. And do. So it is Friday. I'm excited. We got our we we have our moonlight going on. We got our creepy house in the background. We got our creepy trees and everything going on. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the mood already set for Halloween. Like so tonight we are gonna be discussing all things Halloween. All things like from its origin to is it demonic? Is it clean fun? Like we are going to be discussing all things Halloween tonight, y'all. So some people think it's a kid thing, some people think it's an adult thing, but I don't mind dressing up sometimes, even if it is for Halloween. So how is everybody? How was everybody's week? Like it's been a long week for me, but I hope everybody had an amazing week. I hope you guys had a stressless week, not a stressful, but a stressless week. I hope that you're able to relax tonight and this weekend. I hope that you guys are able to get some peace, get some quiet. Hopefully, you guys can kick your feet up, kick your feet back, and just unwind this weekend. For those of you who don't have kids, are you putting out candy for the kids that are coming by? I wonder what the turnout's going to be like this year, especially with it being open and the kids able to trick or treat and things like that. I don't know. I don't usually get kids to come trick or treat at my house. I usually take my kids out. So it's going to be interesting to see what the turnout is like this year. But I hope everybody had an amazing week. So let's get into it. So, the origin of Halloween, because tonight, again, we are talking about all things Halloween from the origins to the candy to the costumes. Is it a kid thing? Is it an adult thing? Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe as well to the Facebook and the YouTube channel if you haven't already. You see, we got our orange and black already for Halloween. Yes, we are certainly ready for Halloween. So, the origin of Halloween, it says the history of Halloween goes all the way back to a pagan festival called Samhain. The word Halloween comes from All Hallows Eve and means hallowed evening. So now here's the thing. It says hundreds of years ago, people used to dress up as saints and went door to door, which is the origin of Halloween costumes and trick or treating. So now let me ask you. I know not everybody celebrated Halloween growing up. Did you celebrate Halloween growing up in your household? Like, did you go trick or treating? Did you give out candy? Did you dress in costumes? Like, what was it like for you guys growing up with Halloween? Because I know some households it's viewed as I don't want to say I don't want to say a demonic holiday, but some people feel like it is. Um, I guess it's a personal preference on how you celebrate Halloween. I don't necessarily read all into it when it comes to talking about whether or not it's okay, Joe. Hey, Joe. He said, "What about Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos?" That's true. And that's seen more as a Day of the Dead is more seen like a religious thing because they celebrate it differently. Day of the Dead is actually not celebrated the same day as Halloween, and it's celebrated in a way in which they honor their ancestors for Day of the Dead. They put out food, they light candles, they have altars with pictures of their loved ones that have passed on before. They do dress up for Day of the Dead. It's not like how we dress up with costumes and things. It's more so like face painting mainly for Day of the Dead. And it's more of an honor ceremony that they honor their past loved ones that have gone on before that they may come back, and feel still thought about and remembered. That reminds me of the movie that Disney had put out. Um, Joe says back when the Halloween was for kids and even neighborhood stores gave out candy to the kids. That's true. Growing up, we celebrated Halloween. I dressed up in costumes and you didn't have to. It's definitely changed over the years. Now you have to worry about I don't remember what time. I want to say it was like the 90s when we had to start looking. And do you remember, like, it changed all of a sudden? It went from you being able to eat your candy while you was out and about trick or treat, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, nobody eat their candy, they have to go home, let your parents check it, because then it switched from people freely giving candy just out of the goodness of their heart and wanting it to be a nice holiday, to people started putting razor blades and candy. People started putting like pills and needles in candy. Like, I don't know when, I want to say like the 90s, that kind of started happening, and Halloween kind of took a bad turn. It literally went from like kids just having fun to now it was like you have to be careful of what you're doing. You can't go in certain neighborhoods to trick or treat. Like, I don't know when people got mean. I don't know when that happened, that people just really started getting mean when it turned to kids and giving out candy and things like that. But that blades, drugs, and other things that shouldn't be in bags, including condoms. Yeah, it was like the late 90s that, hey, Mary, that everybody, that it just started changing. Halloween took on a different turn. It wasn't even the costumes kind of took a different turn, because I think when we were growing up, it was like you saw a lot of fairies, you saw a lot of witches and ghosts and skeletons and things like that. Like just random costumes. It wasn't the costumes we see now, where, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love some of these newer costumes like the Marvel characters and the things in which kids are able to be creative, with the Disney princesses and things like that. But then there are some costumes that are meant, well, I should say, that are not necessarily for children, that are now for kids. They actually have hooker costumes. They It's a lot of inappropriate costumes that they have out for kids, and I mean they make them in all shapes and sizes. I find that now, okay, so for me, I think now it's kind of turned into like an adult thing now. You don't see, most kids are not really dressing up like they used to. You still have the kids that be out snatching bags. Every blue moon, you might see somebody TP in a house or things like that, but it's not like it used to be. It's definitely nowhere near like kid friendly or like kid centered. Um, Now Halloween is done only in schools for safety for the kids, and some parents still take their kids out. True, and adults have taken over Halloween. We have, and that's why I asked, like, is Halloween still a kids thing, or is it now an adult thing? Because it's not safe for kids. Unfortunately, kids can't go out like they used to. They certainly can't go out by themselves trick or treating. Before, how many of you all remember, like, growing up, you could go trick or treating, and it would be like you had this block you could go down. It was maybe that block you could go down, and that was it. And you would come back, and you knew there was no issues. You come home, just pile your candy up, eat your candy and everything like that. Then you got to come home, you got to smash every piece before the kids eat it. You have to check in with the kids. You can't go to certain neighborhoods. Now you even have now where I believe it's an orange tag that sex offenders have to put out of their house to make sure that kids do not approach those houses. So be mindful, if you see tags on doors and you're out with your kids, do not approach those houses, because it's mandated. Because again, we do have registered sex offenders everywhere, that they are mandated to put out some kind of tag, I believe it is, to notify people like, do not come to this house, because it would be in violation of their release if they are around children. So be mindful of that. If you do have kids that you are taking out trick or treating, be mindful and look for those tags that may be on the door or like in the window, that says do not come to this house. So that's what those are. And also you can get a list from your police, if you're going to certain areas, or if you're trick or treating in your area, you can get a list from your police department, about what sex offenders live in your neighborhood. So just be mindful. Just be careful. It says parents have their safety spots they prefer for their kids' safety. Absolutely. Adults like to dress up and have those adult Halloween parties, and the best prize is probably somebody naked or damn near naked. That's who always wins. Is always the one that shows up in the lingerie is the one who wins every time. Every single time. It never fails. It never fails. That's like now, then you have to look at it from the aspect of because so many kids are, dressing up, and it's not just necessarily in the I want to say what I don't want to say traditional Halloween costumes of like witches, ghosts, goblins, things like that. Um, that a lot of churches do what they call harvest parties, they do hallelujah parties, they do alternatives for kids to have a safe space to go to. Um, but it's Joseph, the angel wings are dead as an adult costume. I know. Don't nobody wear them wings no more. If they wearing them wings, honey, they coming as a Victoria's Secret angel. Like that. That's the only time you see them angel wings is when the adults are dressed as Victoria's Secret angels. That's it. And now you got kids dressing as Victoria's Secret angels. So I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm not even gonna go further with that one. Not at all. Not at all. What is the name, Joe? What is the name of mm, the Disney movie they put out about Day of the Dead? I cannot think of the name of it. It's like literally on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of the name of it. It came Coco. That's what it is. Coco was about the Day of the Dead and how they honor their ancestors. I mean, it Halloween is more so, like I said, originated with people dressing up as saints, going door to door. How it turned into what it is now, I don't know. Um, but it's certainly something different. And then you have the argument where some people feel as if it's a demonic thing. Now, to me, I feel like that's a personal choice too. But I don't necessarily feed into whether or not because it's just a day. It's to me it's no different than any other day. It's just an excuse to eat candy. I wait till the day after Halloween to go buy the clearance candy that they didn't buy that they can't sell because it got Halloween decorations on it. Like I used to be that person to go spend $20 the day after Halloween and rack up on all them $8 bags of candy that are now like $2. Like that's how you get over. You just wait till the day after and go get your favorite candy. It's the same candy, it just got Halloween logos on it and rack up. Like if you don't have little kids, that's how you get over if you like candy. What is okay? Joe says Halloween movie favorites. Hocus Pocus. Okay, I do like Hocus Pocus was a good one. It definitely was. It definitely tops my list. I love Bette Midler. I love Bette Midler. Those are parents wait till kids go to sleep and pick out the best candy and tell them it's bad for you. Or you can just go buy your own. Like, stop eating them kids' candy. Go buy your own the next day when it's discounted. What? Okay, top five Halloween movies. What are the top five Halloween movies? Because there's so many to choose from, and it can be from any genre. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't necessarily have to be a horror movie. Just top five. What are your top five Halloween movies or movies you like to watch around Halloween season? Because I know they have like I think it's FX or one of those TV stations, and they do like a Halloween movie every single day leading up to Halloween, like they do every day for Christmas. Um, so some Halloween, duh, but not this recent one. Okay, the Halloween series was good. I liked Nightmare on Elm Street, and I don't even like scary movies. But I now when we were younger and it first came out, I was kind of like, but I like the Nightmare on Elm Street collection. That's a good series. Just like the Halloween is good. What's another one? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a good one. Hey Sam. Yes. Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Friday the 13th. See? Come on, Freddy. Come on with the Freddy Krueger. Yes. I love Freddy Krueger. My absolute favorite. They came up with some elaborate storylines on Nightmare on Elm Street, especially like for the time that it came out. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like now it's cheesy as I don't know what, because with all the CGI and things going on like that, like we know what's going on. But back then, do you remember the scene? It was in one of the Nightmare on Elm Streets. The girl was working out in the gym, and she had one of them the bar, and she was working out, and then all of a sudden she came back and her arms broke, and she couldn't figure out what was going on. And next thing you know, she turned into a giant cockroach, and Freddie had her in one of them boxes, and then he crushed it. Like back then, I was like, oh my God. Now I think that is one of the funniest scenes in Nightmare on Elm Street. Like, I think it was back, so now we have all this new age stuff, but we have some really good Halloween movies. Okay, Joe says Halloween for us was Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy, Chucky. Yes. Oh, Pinhead. Pinhead wasn't my favorite, but Candyman to this day still have adults like going with that now. Now I don't do the candy. We don't we don't say that name. Like I don't play like no. I guess I don't know if it's the fact that it was based off Chicago and Cabrini Green is why I'm kind of like gonna play them games. No, sir, we don't play them kind of games. Not at all. My favorite was the Roach and the Puppet. Yeah, like that was my favorite. Like, cause it was now when you look at these movies, it's like you looking at them from the new age. And the new age, when you see these newer movies versus the old school Halloween movies, it makes you look at it and be like, I was really scared of that back then. Oh, okay, like that's nothing now. Now we got movies like Saw, like the Saw series. Now those were good movies. I think those can, I won't say they're up there with Michael Myers and Freddy. I won't say they're up there, but they were some pretty good. I would call them some good Halloween movies that you could watch during Halloween season. Like those are good October movies to watch the series. Yeah, you do have it. Okay, I don't like clowns. Yes, I don't like it at all. Not at all. Hard pass. Not a fan of clowns. I am one of those people that are terrified by clowns. Yes, I am. Okay. Sam said you could also add Stephen King's Sleepwalker and It. I'm trying to think if I've seen Sleepwalker. I'm trying to think if I've seen Sleepwalker. I don't know if I've seen. I may have seen it, but it's been so long since I've seen it. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Does it? Yeah, us absolutely. We could. You know what? We're gonna make us a list. We're gonna make us a list. Okay. I say we're gonna have to make us a list of Halloween movies that to watch on the weekend. So, to watch this weekend. Okay, that's what we're gonna make. We're gonna make a list of Halloween movies to watch this weekend. Okay. So we're gonna do top 10. And then I'm gonna put them in the list. I'm gonna put them in the thing. We're gonna make a top 10 Halloween movies to watch this weekend. And I am going to post it on the page of the movies that we come up with for the top 10. Okay, so what are we saying for number one? What's the number one Halloween movie to watch this weekend? What are we saying that's gonna be? I'm kind of torn. I don't know. Does people use the purge sound for Halloween? Yes. Like, so if you had to choose, give me your top Halloween movie. If you had to pick what it would be. I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn on what it would be. I don't know. I'm torn. Ooh. What's your top, Joe? What's your top, Sam? Okay. We definitely gonna put Halloween on the list, but are we putting it at number one though? What are we putting for number one? Because we know we already got at least 4 that we putting on the list. Are we putting series on the list, or are we just putting movies on the list? But what would be our number one? I'm kind of torn because I like Leatherface, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But I kind of like Freddy versus Jason. That's what I'm thinking for my top. Freddy versus Jason. That's what I'm thinking. I don't. We forgot about Pumpkinhead. There's always Pumpkinhead. That was a good one. I think Pumpkinhead. Night of the Living Dead. Oh yeah. Okay. So is that what we're putting for number one? Night of the Living Dead. We putting that. Is that number one? That's what we're going with. Yes. Okay. That's what we're going with Night of the Living Dead. Okay. Okay. Joe says Halloween, The Purge, the early Jason movies, Freddy, Aliens. Okay. So we got. So I guess we put Halloween first then. Okay. Well, Halloween's going first. Okay. We got Night of the Living Dead for two. Okay. Then we got what else we got? We got Sleepwalkers. Okay. We got so are we just gonna put Nightmare on Elm Street since it's all Scream was kind of like Scream was kind of like low budget Halloween. Wasn't my favorite. It was kind of like low budget Halloween. I guess we could put Scream. We'll put Scream on the bottom of the list. We'll put that like as a bonus if you get through all the other movies. That sound like a plan. We can put that at the bottom because we got to put. So we got to put Purge. Okay. So are we putting all three purges? Which purge are we putting on here? The last one, or are we putting the because it was four of them, or are we just gonna put all four? Or you just put Purge series? Okay, we'll put the Purge series. Okay. We got okay. What else we got on here? We got it. Okay. We got to put. We doing it 1 and 2? Or we just doing the original Stephen King it? Like we doing the original Pennywise because that one was scary. The other two were kind of like they were like okay. Oh yeah, House of Wax. We got to put that on there. Okay, that was good. House of Wax. Okay, that was definitely a good movie. Okay, for it we gonna put original. Okay. Are we putting the original Chucky? Because the Seed of Chucky and the Bride of Chucky weren't like. Ugh. Okay. Okay. We got Nightmare on Elm Street. Um, are we putting Texas Chainsaw Massacre on here? Yeah. Annabelle. Oh, Annabelle was definitely good. Annabelle was good. Okay. Okay. What else you got, Sam? I know you got some scary movies in your arsenal. So we got. Oh, forgot we got to put. Ooh, Wishmaster. The X. Y'all got some good movies. Okay. Wishmaster. Okay. Exorcist. Okay. Did we get Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Texas, yeah. Okay. 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 What about what is that man's name? Alfred Hitchcock. Did you like his movies? What about his movie? Do you think Alfred Hitchcock kind of qualifies like The Birds? That movie was creepy as hell. Oh, The Omen. The original one was good. That was good. Like, what would you classify Alfred Hitchcock though? Like, he wasn't horror, but uh, mm, like it wasn't. It wasn't like, ooh, I'm scared type movies. It was just kind of like they were definitely weird. I will say that. Trying to think what is the other one. Uh, what yeah, Alfred Hitchcock was kind of like with Elvira. He was kind of like Elvira. Tales from the Crypt was good. Yeah, it was suspense and mystery. Absolutely, Sam. Yeah, it wasn't really scary. It was just kind of like what about what was some other ones that they had that came that was some good ones. I think Saw definitely follows in that category because Saw kept you guessing. Like it wasn't always obvious who was doing what. Like I don't think have I seen the last one? I seen part of the last one. I didn't see the last one. I heard it was really good. So I definitely want to see the last Saw. Um what is that other movie? Annabelle was definitely good. Annabelle Origin was good. Um let's see. Let's see what Sari thinks her top is. Okay. Let's go with Siri, give me top 10 Halloween movies.
Here are movies matching Halloween.
Okay. Clearly, Siri don't ask for instructions. They put, okay, so they gave us Halloween from 2018, Tales of Halloween from 2015. The original, oh my God, the Halloween came out in 1978. Oh my goodness. And then Halloween Party. Hmm. Okay. Let's see. They have who else we got? I think Saw was definitely going. Oh, the original Psycho. Now that movie was crazy. That was definitely crazy. Have either of you seen Pumpkinhead? Now these are some like here's the thing, like this is like this weekend is hey Shar, how are you, my darling? So like how have you okay. So tonight we're talking all things Halloween. Clearly, because you see, I have on my giant Elmo. We got tickle me, honey. Okay, we got the whole Elmo working tonight. so, so let me ask y'all: did you celebrate like growing up? Like, what was, mm, like what was Halloween like growing up for you? Like, did you guys trick or treat? Were you guys in a household where it felt like um that Halloween was more demonic thing, or because it's like it's almost like you're either like Halloween or you don't. Like there's no in between. It's either you think it's just a fun day, you know, for candy, or either you think it's like one of those one of those days where all the demons run wild. Sick, absolutely. Shara says I was a church girl and wasn't allowed to celebrate. Like they had, did you go to the like the hallelujah parties, the harvest parties, and things like that, and where they only allowed you to dress like maybe as an angel or shepherd or things like that. I remember growing up, we did a lot of oh we did so many hallelujah parties, and then becoming a youth leader, organized. I had started organizing harvest parties, and so what I did to do differently, I wanted it to be fun for the kids. So when I organized a harvest party, I did a fear factor. When I tell you them kids loved that fear factor, and it was just simple stuff. It was simple stuff. Like so, I put what I put. So I had a tarp. So they had to touch something, smell something, listen to something, taste something. They do everything but see because it was dark. I made sure it was really dark where they couldn't see because they tried to cheat. We put blindfolds on them. So I had a giant tarp
on the floor, and I cooked some pasta till it was like really, you know, you cook pasta and it's like just that it's like mushy because it's overcooked. So I put cooked pasta on this giant tarp. I had kids take their shoes off, take their socks off, and I had them walk in blindfolds, walk through this tarp with this cooked pasta on the floor. And I put like gummy worms on the floor in the pasta. You should have seen the kids. It was like, oh my God, oh, what is that? Like it was so fun to see the kids' reaction. And then so to have them touch things, I took like I had cake and I put stuff down inside the cake where they had to stick their hands down in it and feel for what was in it. I put like plastic fake bud like not the real plastic, like the rubber bugs that feel real. I put what else did I put in there? I think I put gummy stuff in there. Then I had them stick their what did I had them do? They had to stick their hand in a jar. Oh, when I tell you I got creative, y'all, I got creative. Okay. These kids was scared. I had, what did they have to touch? Oh, they had to stick their hands in applesauce. It was like, oh, it's cold. I don't want to touch it. And I had stuff in the applesauce. I had like, I think like boiled eggs or something in the applesauce, and they had to grab it and squish. I had like bananas in there, like soft banana, like warm bananas where I warmed them up, and they had to touch it. They were scared out of their minds. And so they had to taste baby food. So they didn't know what they were smelling. They didn't know what they were tasting. So when it came time for them to smell something, I picked some of the weirdest stuff I could find for them to smell. I think I picked like some kind of weird fruit. I picked, what else did I have for them to taste? Like it was all kind of stuff. When I tell you these kids were like, they were screaming and hollering and scared when they went through it, and when they got out they was like, so can we go again? And so they were trying to figure out, so they would come out and they'd be looking at their hands trying to figure out what was it. So before they came out, I had buckets where they would dip their feet in the buckets to get the pasta off. And then I had them stick their hands in the water, in the warm water, so they would get everything off their hands. And they would be walking outside like, okay, what is it? What is it? You got anything on your feet? Let's check your feet. Check your feet. I will make sure there was nothing. And I gave them a sheet. They had to write down what they touched, what they tasted, what they walked on. Oh my goodness. They gave some of the craziest answers. It was absolutely crazy. But they had a good time. They had an amazing time, and that's all that mattered. Because sometimes we have to get creative. Because I know that it definitely, hey Joe, is it was definitely, when I tell you this creative mind trying to turn these creative juices off, it don't work all the time, y'all. I promise it don't. And Sam said, as long as I was able to get some Snickers, Kit Kat, Three Musketeers, and watch some horror movies, Halloween was great. Honey, when I tell you, Kit Kat, Reese's, Three Musketeers, I was in it. Okay. I was in it. Hey, Anthony. Like, so Halloween doesn't necessarily, and that's the thing. Like, because, like I said, some people are just like, there's no in between. It's either a fun day to dress up and get candy, or people see it as just this demonic day where demons and evil spirits come out. And sometimes we have to learn to not read so much into things. We really have to do that. So yes, haunted houses. Mm-mm-mm. When I tell you it was absolutely crazy, it was absolutely crazy. Here's the thing. It can be a time where if you're having fun, it absolutely is about intent. And that's why it's sometimes disheartening to see how it has changed so much because of the fact that It's like it used to be a day where it was about candy. It was about going out and having fun and just dressing up as something that you didn't necessarily dress up, or get to do on a regular basis. To now you have to worry about it's sad, but now kids can't eat the candy. They have to be mindful of the places they go because unfortunately people are out here trying to snatch our kids. Like, who does that? Like, it's not a place where it's safe like it used to be. I don't know how we get back to that. That's the thing. I want to be able to get back to it just being a day where there was nothing extra about the day. It was just about fun. It was about candy. It was about just having fun. Now I will say that the adult parties, those can be fun. But if you looking to win some money, unless you willing to be like semi-naked, completely naked, like, yeah. Because those are the people who win. Those are the people who absolutely win. Yeah. Anthony said, vote November 3rd, change the system. Get out there and vote. Change all that. We came up. So, Anthony, tell me about what is, and Shar, you as well, what are some of your Halloween movies? Sam and Joe and I came up with a list of some really awesome Halloween movies. Like, you don't really see horror movies or Halloween movies like we used to. Now everything is about the remake. Not all remakes are good things. Clearly we've seen with this last Halloween movie, it's been mixed reviews. Everybody that I know that has seen it was like, yeah, hard pass. Let's not waste our time. I think sometimes we need to learn when to just be like, all right, had a good run. Let's let that go now. Like, now they're bringing Chucky back again. I mean, what else could Chucky possibly do? He got married. Chucky done had a baby. Like, what else could he possibly do? Like, and how much longer? Michael Myers got to be at least 80 years old at this point. Like, he old. He old, okay? Like, real old. Shada says we weren't allowed to watch those type of movies, especially being a leader at church. Like, and that, and that's true. Like, I think that sometimes we try to gear things toward, we try to move things, in a direction so that kids can appreciate some of the movies and the trends and the things in which we used to enjoy. But sometimes a remake is not necessarily the best move. Michael Myers been around too long. He been around a little too long. Okay. He done seen my generation, my kids' generation, my mama's generation, and probably my grandmama's generation. It's time for him to go. Like, don't make no more. And the fact that they're making another one after this one, yeah, it's like, that is absolutely crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Here's the thing, Jason and Michael Myers are like, yeah, like Michael Myers has been out since 1978. It's time. It's time. See, I got my own sound, my own background noise, my own Halloween background noise. They always at it. Who needs horror movies when you have like a whole dog choir? A whole dog choir. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I tell you, kids. Kids, just, we had like, so when you have okay, let me ask a question. What do you think is, because some people equate Halloween with things like Harry Potter. I don't think, in my opinion, shows in which like Harry Potter and things like that, because they do, it's not like you're teaching people witchcraft. It's not And again, it's about your own personal opinions and things like that. It's like that's what I'm talking about, Anthony. He said, I love yelling at the screen when stupid shit happens. You know what I'm saying? You can't go wrong hollering at the TV. Hi, babies. More of my doggy babies. You want to come say hi, Izzy? Look, I got the perfect Halloween dog. Look, watch this. Say hi, Izzy. You say hi. By one of the Halloween dogs. Instead of black cats, I got black dogs, y'all. You gonna run around? Go run around. I got black dogs instead of black cats. And I have like four of them. No, wait, I take that back. I have three all black and two black and white. So yes, my doggy quiet. Thank you, Char. She says adorable. Here's the thing. Harry Potter, but see, Harry Potter's not. I don't mean like Harry Potter is a Halloween theme. What I mean is, some people think that because Harry Potter has stuff like this house in it or spooky scenes with stuff like this in it, and because it talks about witchcraft, it's demonic in nature. And sometimes we read so far into things and overanalyze things that we really don't need to overanalyze. Sometimes just let it be a day about candy and costumes. It doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to teach kids that, oh, we have to celebrate Halloween, or Halloween is this thing. You have to it's about what your personal preferences, what you want to teach your kids, or what you believe in general. When we overanalyze things, we can overthink things and read more into things than what they really need to be. It can be just a simple day of candy, nothing more than that. But each his own. I don't necessarily, for my kids, I taught my kids that, look, it's a day to dress up with kids. It's a day to put on a funny costume and get some candy. That's it. It's true. Adults take things away from kids because they have a bad experience. That is the case sometimes. And that's not just with Halloween, but that's with a lot of other things. That when we find that traumatic things happen to us, or things happen to us as parents, we try to protect our kids from it. But we're not always, we become biased, I guess is the best way to put it. We become biased when it comes to things and situations like that. If you've had a bad experience with Halloween where you were one of those kids that had a razor blade in your candy, or one of those kids that found their parents found pills in your candy, or whatever else, well, because of that your bad experience is like, okay, well, you know what? I'm not doing this with my kids. This is cut off. This is not what we do. Sometimes we have to allow kids to experience different things and just set boundaries and parameters around it. And instead of, and teach them what it means. Like, okay, look, today is nothing more than a candy and costume day. And if you don't like certain costumes, pick costumes in which your kids like. I mean, unicorns, fairies, pixies. I mean, animals. They even have all kind of animals the kids can dress up as. Now, I mean, turn them into Elmo. I'm not necessarily as tickle me on it, but turn them into Elmo, Sesame Street characters, or whatever else, because kids are going to be kids regardless. I think at this point, Halloween can be a kid and an adult day. It can be something that kids enjoy, from the aspect of candy. Here's the thing: get creative. If you don't want your kids going out trick or treating, do something. Even if your friends, get together with your friends. You can do bobbing for apples in the house. Now, if you want to do with the adults, I mean, if it's a vat of vodka with them apples, I mean, that's your business, not mine. Or like I said, you could create a fear factor in your house. Put a tarp on your kitchen floor and put some weird stuff on the floor, and have your kids walk on it, and don't put blindfolds on them and have them crawl under stuff and do things like that. Get creative, because there's so many ways in which we can turn this into a fun thing. We don't necessarily have to take things away because we didn't necessarily have a good experience with it. Allow our kids to make up their own minds about certain things, because when they get older, you know, when they don't experience things that other kids get to experience, it can sully their outlook on things. And then they become biased on something that they've never even experienced. So, I mean, dress up around the house. Shanta says, I like the dressing up part any day. Honey, let me tell you something. On a cold night, I will turn into Elmo real quick. Okay? I will turn into Elmo real quick. Be in the house like, hey, y'all. Elmo used to have eyes and a nose. I got to redo his eyes and his nose, y'all. I'm going to redo it. But I mean, it can be a fun thing to do as a family. Dress up, put on some funny costumes, have you some hot apple cider, watch some Halloween movies, just to have some family time. It can turn into family bonding time. You can make caramel apples. You can melt your caramel, make you some apples, and it doesn't necessarily mean, even if you don't have kids, Halloween can be a fun day just for you and your significant other, by dressing up in your onesies and making candy apples or making cookies, or what? Yeah, making cookies. Or you can actually make cookies. I mean, it can be a fun day. It can be a fun time to be had by all. I want my minion back. I will definitely be a minion tonight. I want my minion back, so you can come get Ted. We can exchange, because I need my minion back, because I done pulled out all my minion blankets. So yeah, I'm gonna need that back. Because when I tell y'all I go all out, I have socks to match my onesies. I got Elmo socks to match my Elmo onesies. I go all out with it. I'm a big kid. I don't care. It's fun. Whatever you guys do this weekend, make sure you guys have fun. Even if it's just you at home by yourself, hell, put your onesie on. Kick your feet up, get you some fuzzy socks, get you some hot apple cider, watch you some horror movies with some popcorn, or go watch Bobby's cooking show and learn how to make that garbage popcorn. Go make you some garbage popcorn, while you watch your horror movie. You can have your pretzels, your chocolate, your popcorn. You can have all of that. Peanuts inside your popcorn. Have a good time. Stop reading into stuff that doesn't need to be read into. Yes, fun. We remember the fun you used to have as a kid. It doesn't have to change because you're an adult. It really doesn't. Like, take a minute and close your eyes and just think. Just think of one memory, like your happiest memory as a kid. Relive it. You don't have to stop having fun because you're a kid. You don't have to, because you're an adult. Find things, modify it, change it, continue to have fun. Fun is what keeps us young. It keeps them wrinkles away, keeps them crow's feet away. I'm just saying, try it. You might like it. So I do have something else I want to share with you guys tonight. So I have been working and creating some things here in the lab. So we now have Crack and Shimmy now has a self-love line that is promoting self-esteem. It is promoting self-love. It is part of the first addition to our self-love line is called I Am. And okay, so here's one of our shirts. We'll move back so y'all can see it. Let's see. So this is the first edition. It's called I Am. And what it is the premise of this shirt is in promoting self-love and promoting Izzy, what are you doing? In promoting self-love and self-esteem it is positive characteristics of a person. It is positive words that people think of themselves, and positive words that other people think of you. Only positive words. And let me see. There we go. It is so the premise is to order this shirt, you can email me. Let me put the email up so that you guys can find it. Okay, here we go. So you can email me at clackandshimmy@gmail.com. And when you order the shirt, I ask you to create a list. Create a list of words in which positively describe yourself. I want you to ask no more than 4 people to give you 2 words that they feel describe you and your personality and who you are. You add that to your list. You submit that list to clackandshimmy@gmail.com. The shirts are $30. We do have male and we do have female shirts. So on Monday, I will have some other shirts to show you the different silhouettes that we have for male and for female, boys, girls, women, men, because I want to find a way with my self-love line. I want to promote positive self-images. So oftentimes our children do not get to see or hear self-images that look like them, that are positive. And I want to promote that. I want to promote children to love themselves, women and men to love themselves. At Clack and Shimmy, we push light, love, and positivity. And part of that love is self-love. So I want to, with this line, hopefully foster higher self-esteem, a deeper sense of self-love, and a deeper sense of self-worth. So that is the beginning and the first edition of the self-love line. And again, it is called I Am. And so if you like to order, the shirts are $30. And you send your list first to clackandshimmy@gmail.com. And when you send your list, I need you to submit your shirt size. They come in black and white. So you would have to submit your size so I would know what size you need, as well as what color. And I will be posting more this weekend of the various shirts from the orders that I have. I will be posting those this weekend so that you guys can get an idea of the various silhouettes that I have, because I try to tailor the silhouette to the person. I do have long hair, short hair, big hair, no hair. I do have, for the men, I do have ones with beards, without beards, short hair, dreads, fade. We do have different silhouettes that do match the person. So if you would love to order, please feel free to do that. And I thank you guys again, because it's definitely been an amazing journey. Going to school, working, doing the shirts and everything like that. And even working on this new self-love line. This week has definitely been a little challenging. I am on crutches right now. I'm supposed to be on crutches. So say hi, son. Come say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
One of my babies.
I'll be back.
Okay. It has definitely been an amazing journey. I am on crutches this week. Not so great, but hey, I'm making the best of it. I am not excited about the crutches. Hopefully they are only temporary. But I will be keeping still as much as possible this weekend. So I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Have fun for me. Get candy for me. Because I won't be able to do any of that. But I will be following doctor's orders and staying off my leg. I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. We're gonna send out some light, love, and positivity that we don't need knee replacement yet. Hopefully I'll be able to hold off a little bit longer on the knee replacement. I don't know. But I will know next week. So we're going to keep our fingers crossed and we're going to touch an agree. How's that sound? We're going to touch an agree. So I do have but I did get an orange one. We got orange and black for Halloween. So that's the only thing I'll be doing. I'll be sitting in my room yes, watching TV. So that's about all I can do right now. That's about the only thing I can do right now. But It's okay. It's okay. So we want to make sure that, you guys continue to spread that light, love, and positivity like you guys have been doing. And I thank you so much for just rocking with us from the beginning, and all my A1 day ones. I love you guys. To all my newcomers, I love you guys. Your support means everything. It is nothing short of deep appreciation that I have for you all that come and you tune in and you watch and you participate in the conversations. And I thank you, because if there's something that you can take away or something you can add to the conversation, and I thank you for allowing this to be a safe space where people are able to be transparent. People are able to be themselves and speak their piece and not feel judged. I thank you guys for that. And as always, I ask you guys to do a random act of kindness, whether it be to smile at someone or to wave at someone that you don't know. Don't cuss the person out that cuts you off. That's a random act of kindness. Because I know that was hard, super hard, especially when it rains. Oh my God, and people act like they don't know how to drive. Oh, especially here in Chicago. I digress. But keep up with those random acts of kindness, because you never know. It could change the trajectory of someone's path. You never know. Someone could be on the path to take their life. And just by simply saying hello or even waving at them, they can feel seen or feel heard in that moment. And I just thank you for just allowing me to be transparent myself on here at times, and when we have those hard conversations. And as always, when speaking, please make sure that you are mindful of the words in which that come out of your mouth, because words do hurt, words do cut deep, and sometimes an apology is not enough. So please be mindful, because once they leave your mouth, they cannot be taken back. And always, 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 whatever it is that you choose to do in this life, be the best at it. Always give your 1,000%, put your best foot forward, because no one can be you, because that job is already filled. So, in case nobody told you guys today, you guys are loved. You guys are important. And you guys are beautiful. And I love you. And there's absolutely not a damn thing that you can do about it. Okay? Not at all. No, ma'am. So I thank you guys for tuning in. I will be here on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And as always, it has been my pleasure. It has been my honor to be here with you guys tonight. And go relax. Go kick your feet up tonight. It's Friday, y'all. TGIF is Friday. Go relax. Go kick your feet up. Look, if you get to sleep late, go to bed so you can sleep all day tomorrow. But whatever you do, take some time for your mental health. Take some time for you each day, even if it's just 15 to 20 minutes. Take some time to love on yourself. Take some quiet time for you, even if it means to meditate, even if it means to just go sit in a corner somewhere and just close your eyes and listen to the silence, because sometimes silence can speak volumes. So as always, I love you guys. It's TGIF. Hey, Neela. Hello, darling. As always, I will see you guys Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Love you guys.